Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Rachel and I am going to lead you through a half hour-ish of a gentle yoga class. I am definitely not known to be gentle, but I guess when I say gentle, what I mean is easy to modify and for all level. So it doesn't matter where you're at in your yoga practice. If you've never even done yoga, that's totally fine. My programs are all about movement, flexibility, and strength. So they might not necessarily look like your traditional yoga, but I promise you they'll provide your body a ton of benefits. So I teach a seniors group once a week and I miss them dearly. And this is the type of stuff that I do with them. We will begin in a chair, if you can see it behind me. So you'll just need a chair and a yoga strap if you have one. If you don't have a yoga strap, something solid, this kind of blends in with my shirt, solid, like a tie or a belt, even a towel would be great to use. The purpose of this for today is that it will just improve your ability to find your way into certain poses. It'll just make them more accessible to you. So I hope that you gain something from this. I know my seniors that I work with, even just after a few weeks of doing this once a week, just getting that movement in and getting that strength in and proper body mechanics, they have seen such a world of difference in their everyday life. And my goal with everybody I work with, in whatever capacity that is to have my clients find freedom in their life and freedom in their body, and the two tend to go hand in hand. So that's the goal for today. I'm going to leave it about half an hour because I find half an hour is kind of when most people can fit into their life. And if you enjoy it, if you'd like to see more, just let me know. I'm happy to provide more. And again, feel free to join along. Feel free to make any modifications. I'll mention some. But if there's any restrictions you have in your body or in your movements, like for example, if I say sweep your arms up and you're just not able to, just sweep your arms where they can go. So you find what your range of motion is in your body and you do what you're capable of doing. Okay? All right, so grab your strap and make sure that you always have water with you as well. So you can have a seat in your chair. Now, I'm on the floor, so I like to have a mat under my chair just to make sure my chair doesn't slide around based on the movements that we're doing. If you are in the same situation, please make sure that all the legs of your chair are on your mat, so you're not going to be sliding away when we begin moving, okay? Otherwise, you can keep the strap somewhere where you can reach it. I'm just going to tuck mine in my lap. You can look, my pants are off here. You can place your hands wherever they're comfortable. I'm going to place mine face down on my lap, and I want you to sit nice and tall. And as you're sitting up tall, just take note of how you're feeling. Notice how your body is feeling today. Noticing any areas of tension or tightness. Noticing what your mood is like today. And noticing what your energy is like today. And as you're observing, also taking note of your breath. Noticing its pace, and where in your body you're feeling it. And maybe you can begin to imagine that as you breathe in, your ribs expand out to the side, and as you breathe out, your ribs come together in the center of your body. Opening and lifting, closing and lowering. Keeping your breath slow and even. Still sitting up tall. Feel as though you're being lifted through the crown of your head. Lots of length through your spine. The muscles through your face are relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. Your arms feeling heavy. Your fingers relaxed. Your legs feeling heavy. Noticing the bottoms of your feet gently resting on your mat. Take a great big breath in through your nose. And as you let it go, release your arms at your side if they're not there already, and gently drop your chin toward your chest, however far feels comfortable for you. And we'll take a few breaths here. And with your next exhale, you can lift your chin up and keep going, extending through your neck, lifting your chin up toward the ceiling as long as that feels comfortable for you. Don't go too far, you should never be in pain. And take your chin right back through center. Now with an inhale, you can sweep your arms up. Meet your hands together at the top and exhale your hands right to your heart. Good. Again, inhale to sweep your arms up. Exhaling your hands right to your heart. I'm going to do that a few more times, so focusing on full movement and full breath. Nice slow movements, nice slow breath. Let your breath guide your movement. So as long as you're inhaling, you're raising your arms, and as long as you're exhaling, you're taking your hands down. Let's do 2 more of those. Last one, you can pause with your hands at your heart. Still sitting up tall, elbows will come wide. Just going to think about rotating side to side very gently. Your back's not really warmed up yet, so just gentle movements. You can let your head go along for the ride. And even though your arms are lifted, make sure that you're dropping through your shoulders. You don't want to hike them up like this. Keep them relaxed. I can picture all my seniors in front of me, and everyone's shoulders just dropped. Next time you come back from center, you release your arms at your side. Scoop your right arm up and drop your left hand down. You're just opening up through the sides of your ribs here. And then release this arm down and switch sides. So we're just going to keep going with this. As you inhale, raise your arm. And as you exhale, lean it on over. Again, if this is too much for your arms, you can just move with the shoulders. So if you can't raise your arm up like this, you can place the hand on your hip or even hands at your heart. And we're just lowering to one side and then lowering to the other side. So the idea is opening up some space in between the ribs and moving your spine laterally. So the arm movement isn't totally necessary. So inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more. And then when you come back through center, you can release it there. I'm going to get my strap out of the way. So I'm going to open up my feet mat width distance apart. And with an inhale, let's sweep the arms up. And this time as you exhale, meet your hands together. We're just going to bring it into a forward fold. And when you release your arms, you can inhale, sweep them back up. Good. So only come down as far as you feel comfortable going. If you deal with any kind of lightheadedness or dizziness, feel free to keep your chin lifted or only come down about this far. You decide where you're at. Always, always. Let's do 2 more of these. Moving your spine all over the place, warming everything up. This will be the last one. You can exhale to bring it forward. And as you inhale to sweep the arms up, this time we'll meet the hands at the heart. And take your feet hip width distance apart. And we'll inhale, sweep the arms up. This time, don't hold your breath, just exhale. As you take your arms slightly behind your ears and slightly at a tilt backwards. We're just going to take a couple breaths here. If this is too much for the arms, just keep your hands at your heart, looking only where you feel comfortable going with your neck. Good. One more time. We'll take the hands in front and bring it into a forward fold. A little less space this time. That should be okay. And then slowly we'll start rolling it up one vertebrae at a time, thinking about stacking on top of your tailbone. And when you get to the top, you can relax your arms at your side. Okay. Warm up through the lower body a little bit, and we're going to spend some time out of our chair, because I don't love being seated for very long. I don't love it for most people. So we're going to start with the left leg. I'm just going to open wide, then we're going to take the right leg and open wide. Then I'll take my left leg, bring it in, and the right leg, bring it in. And then I'm going to alternate. Right leg opens, left leg opens, right leg comes in, left leg comes in. Your hands can kind of, I think I did that already, I can't talk and focus at the same time here. Your hands can kind of do what they want to do. They can rest at your side, they can come to your heart center, they can come onto your thighs. As long as you're not gripping or doing anything funky, that's totally fine. So opening as wide as you can and bringing it right back in. Now when you're doing this, you may or may not have a mirror in front of you. I happen to be staring right at myself. So make sure that your torso is not moving side to side. So as you're opening, make sure you're not leaning side to side or letting your core go. You're still sitting up tall. And you're using your core strength and your hip strength and mobility to open things up. All right, let's do one more each side. Last one, open, open, close. Close, and when we end in center, we'll just windshield wipe the knees side to side. Because this is only a half-hour class, and you have to get up and moving. So I'm going to have you plant your feet about hip-width distance apart. Relax your arms at your side and gently lean it forward. Feel the weight of your body in the bottoms of your feet evenly distributed. And as you inhale, you're going to scoop your arms up, press into the ground, and bring it into a stand. Open up wide and exhale your hands to your heart. Good job. Okay, I'm going to take the chair to the top of my mat. Guess we didn't need the strap after all. Not yet, we will. You can hold on to the back of the chair for support. This one's quite low. You might have one better suited for your body. You can hold back onto the back of your chair for support. Make sure again that all the legs are on your mat. We'll step the left leg behind and just bend in through both of your knees. You're totally relaxed up top. Just adding a little bit of movement, just warming things up. If you don't need the chair, you don't need the chair. That's totally fine. But otherwise, you're just resting. Pause here and just shift your weight forward slightly, keeping your chest lifted and your shoulders pulled back. We'll bring it on up to a stand. We'll take that back leg and bring it forward. We'll take your forward leg and step it back. You're on the balls of your feet. And again, just a little movement so you decide with where you're at. Nothing too deep right now because your body's not warmed up. Just little movements up and down, waking things up. And then the next time you lower down, we'll pause there. So you're standing up tall, pressing that back heel away, finding length in the back of your leg, and then gently shift it forward. Again, keep pressing that back heel away. And as you bring it to a stand, you can take your back leg forward and shake it out. Okay, chairs will come to the side. I'm going to move my mat back so that you can see me. Chair will come to the side. It is there for support if you need it for balance, okay? Otherwise, we're going to come to the top of your mat. You're going to take your feet mat-width distance apart. And we're just going to continue warming and moving and flowing. So with an inhale, just like we did in the chair, you can scoop your arms up. This time, as you exhale, bring it into a wide-legged forward fold. You can bend your knees as much as you need to for this before sweeping it on up again. So you, again, decide how far down you feel like going or able to go today. Always, always checking with what your body's needing and what your body's capable of, and that might change day to day. Okay, we're just going to do a few more, so you're exhaling it forward and inhaling to sweep it up. All right, this will be your last one. And as you sweep your arms up, you can meet your hands together at the top and exhale your hands to your heart. I'm going to stand with my legs wide. You can go wider than your mat if you'd like. Just be careful if the floor is slippery. I will go wider to show you. Try not to fall on my strap. We're just going to lean into one side while straightening out your other leg. Lean into the other side while keeping the other leg straight. So you want it straight but not locked. We're just going to flow, just a little movement again. Your range of motion is determined by you. You do just a little range of motion. If you're feeling quite warmed up, you can lean in a little bit more. Feel the stretch through your inner thighs. So to coordinate your breath, you can inhale as we come through, exhale to pause. Inhale and exhale. We'll do a couple more each way. And then coming through center with your wide-legged stance, you can point your toes slightly outward. If they're not there already, have a look, see what they're doing. And we're going to bring it into wide-legged forward fold. So if you're not comfortable doing that, the chair, again, should be right here. Bend your knees as much as you like. Just bring it into forward fold. You can release your hands onto your mat or onto your thighs or holding onto your chair. You decide. And let your chin drop in toward your chest. And we'll slowly start rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Make sure that you're breathing here. And as your chin starts to lift, your arms can raise. We'll exhale your hands to your heart and heel toe your feet in, back, through, center. Good. Bring it to the top of your mat again. I'm going to start with my left leg. I'm going to step or slide it behind me, bending well through my knees. So hold on to the chair. And just make sure all your toes are pointing forward. So you don't want this one way out or way in to tweak your knee. You want your feet pointing straight. So just bending through your knees. You can sweep your arms up if you're okay with that, or take your hands to your heart, or hold onto the chair. I'm just going to drop it a little bit lower if you've got it. Keep your core tight. So you want your belly tucked in, your shoulders are lifted, your chest is open. And then we're going to pivot the back foot. Sweep your back foot down so you can plant it. And now I'm going to be facing the long side of my mat with my chest to my hips. And my arms are out to the side. One at my side, fingertips are pointing forward. And this front knee has a good bend to it, and it's pointing toward the baby toe side of my foot. I'm just going to lean into that. Straighten out my front leg. And then I'm going to bring my fingertips forward, frontwards. Take my hand down to my leg. Back palm flips up and reaches up toward the ceiling. So everything's in a straight line. It does not matter how far down you can go. Notice the farther down I go, the more my chest is closing. I want my chest to stay lifted. And I'll gently start bending through that front knee again as I take my arms wide at my side. Then I'm going to pivot on my back foot again, right on the ball of my foot, so that I'm facing forward as I sweep my arms down and up. I'll sink it low. And this is where you realize how wide of a stance you might have found, because I want you to slide or step your back foot forward and release your arms. And we'll do the other side. Inhale your arms up, slide or step your right foot behind. Sink it down. Again, too much for your arms. You can keep them at your chest. And make sure that your toes are all pointing forward. So hold on to your chair and have a peek. Good. We'll pivot on that back foot, planting it down. Arms stay wide at your side. You're going to bend in for your front knee. Again, make sure that the knee is pointing toward the baby toe side of your foot, so you're opening it up. And straighten out that front leg, but then reach your fingertips far forward again. Place your hand wherever it is. Back palm flips up, reach up toward the ceiling. You can look wherever is comfortable for your neck at this point. Making sure everything's a good long line. Little bend through my front knee, and take my arms wide at my side again. And then again on my back foot, I'm going to pivot onto the ball, sweep my arms down and up, and sink it. Again, I'm going to slide or step my back foot forward and release. Okay, now's a good time to get a drink, so grab one. It's important to drink lots. Okay. We're going to break it up a little bit by doing my favorite balance exercise. My seniors are learning to love it. So I tell myself, if you have a strap or a rope or something, we're going to line it up in the middle of your mat. If you don't have anything that is this narrow, this works well. A towel is just too wide, it's not going to work well. I want you to just use the edge of your mat here. So what we're going to do is line up the strap right in the center, make sure it's uncurled. And there are 3 levels to this exercise. Again, if you're not familiar with this, I would suggest having a chair nearby and just keeping your hand up, or a wall works good too. If you're not familiar with this exercise, it looks super duper simple. I'll show you. But trust me, it is actually quite challenging, especially because there are multiple levels to it. So I'll show you what we're doing. If you already know, you can get started. Normally we do this for 2 minutes straight. You're going to start at the back of your mat. It's best with no socks or no shoes or anything, so you get that feedback from the bottom of your foot from the sensors. And we're just going to heel toe, heel toe. So level 1 is looking down at the strap and at your feet. You're just going to make sure you touch your heel to your toes, and you're just finding your way down the length of the strap. And then when you get to the end, you're going to walk it backwards. Okay, until you get to the end. That's level 1. Level 2 is doing the same thing, looking away. So you're not looking at your feet, you're not looking at the strap, you're trusting that there's something there, that there's something happening, but you're moving without looking, okay? So you're taking away one of your senses. Level 3, and only do this if you are familiar with this. I don't want you to go with the mindset that the bigger the better, that this is going to get you better balance quicker, because this is going to throw you off if you're not used to it. It's way harder than it looks. So level 3 is with your eyes closed. So again, your arms can do whatever they need to do, and you're just going to step heel to toe, heel to toe. And same deal. Once you get to the end, you can turn around and go backwards. Okay? So keep going as I'm talking. Like I said, with my seniors, I usually put on really fun music. So we usually put on some kind of oldies, funky music. And I'll set my timer for 2 minutes, and I'll have them do this over and over and over. Balance exercises are extremely important at any age. And we're really working on hip stability here as well, which is a large component in balance exercises anyways. Also with the ankles. So this teaches you balance. It also teaches you to really lift through your feet. And the seniors I work with tend to not practice balance exercises other than when they're with me. But I've heard a lot of stories about how this has really improved the foot movement, so not shuffling when they walk, they're better able to pick up their feet. And also one of my students was telling me a story last year in the winter, I think it was the summer. I think she tripped on a rake, I think that's what it was, not a shovel. Tripped on a rake, and immediately she thought, engage your core, stand tall, which is what I say usually when we're doing balance exercises, to engage through core, and to just allow your body to wobble, because that means it's working. And she was able to catch herself and not fall. And I hate to think of what could have happened had she not been practicing balance exercises diligently. Okay, good job. So that's probably a little bit harder than you expected. It can be very humbling. It makes you wonder how anybody passes a sobriety test. You get your strap out of the way. We're going to come to the edge of your mat. So chair, no chair, I'm not going to use a chair, but if you need a chair, just have one beside you. So I'm going to take, ideally you have a mat. If you don't have a mat, what you can do is set up something next to you, like your strap or a cloth, a sock. I have my socks laying in front of me, something. So all we're going to do is get rooted in through this leg here. So through my standing leg, I'm going to have a slight bend through my knee. I'm going to have a good gap between my legs just because of what we're about to do. And I'm going to be standing tall. And all I'm going to do is slide my foot and press the edge of my mat together into my other foot and release. So exhale, squeeze, and release. So whatever you're doing, I just want there to be some kind of resistance, something that you have to pull. Worst case scenario, just do this on the floor with a sock and then drag your foot. So no, I'm not promoting foot shuffling like we were just counterbalancing. We're working on those adductor muscles and learning to strengthen them. Good. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I know the mat is really easy to manipulate, but I want you to think about squeezing and making sure this knee has a bend to it. Okay, let's do one more. And then we'll relax, make sure your mat's all centered and squared off there. And we'll do the other side. So again, good wide stance, so that you pull the mat in, standing up tall, and pull, and release. Pull, and release. And when you're doing this one, you want to make sure that you're not really leaning side to side, just like we did when we warmed up. You want to keep your core and your upper body quite stable and elongated. So the movement ideally is coming largely from the adductor muscles. Good, let's do a few more. And you can release that and shake it out. Okay, let's take our strap. You're gonna love this. And your chair. So keep in mind, I'm a runner. I run long distances, 6 days a week, which means there are many parts of my body that are extremely tight, including the hip flexors. So when I show you this, notice how tight my hip flexors are, and you may look a little bit different than me, and that's good. Because I'm super tight, I'm not a yoga instructor who's super flexible and bending, can put herself into all these crazy poses. I have a body that's tight. So, I'm going to take the strap, loop up the bottom of your left foot, right knee will have a slight bend to it, and stand up really tall. Let's start to raise that leg, add some resistance with the strap. So as you're raising your leg, walk your hands down the strap and lift until you're parallel-ish to the ground. This is extremely hard for me to do, especially while keeping an aligned pelvis, but I want you to focus on keeping your pelvis aligned, so it would be easy for me to hike this hip up, if you can see here, hike it up, but I want to keep an aligned pelvis, which changes my positioning quite extensively. Okay, I'm holding here and pushing through my heel. What I'm going to try to do, when I count to 3, is release the strap without letting my leg drop. And then we're going to hold that for 10 seconds. Okay, so ready? 1, 2, 3, let the strap go, hold your foot, we're just going to hold it here for 10, 9, don't let it drop, 8, 7, yes it's up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax, shake it out. I don't know about for you, but for me, that is complete torture. My poor little hip flexors. So you know what's coming next, that's not cheap, okay? Loop up the bottom of your right foot, left knee will have a bend to it. Again, you can change your chair over on this side if you'd like. Leave it there, you kind of decide. Each side of your body is usually a little bit different to balance on, so you can kind of figure that out. All right, let's start lifting the leg, and you want it approximately where the other one was without really lifting through your head, keeping your pelvis as neutral as you imagine it can be. Okay, sitting up tall, standing up tall, shoulders back, chest is lifted, so you're not rounding to reach the strap. You're not looking like this, we're up tall. Okay, so you know what's happening, don't cheat, don't let your foot drop, keep it tall and lifted here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, release for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep lifting, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. I failed fairly visibly on that side. I have some issues going on right now, which is why I want to do that anyways, but that was quite noticeable. Anyways, let's take our chair back to our strap, or back to our mat, not the strap, and grab a drink. Okay, make sure your strap is near you. I think I just worked up a sweat on that one. Sitting up tall, we're going to take the right foot just above your left knee. Getting up tall, lifting through your chest and shoulders, and hinge it forward. So hinging it forward does not mean slouching and rounding and thinking you have all this flexibility, and really it's an illusion of your spine. So as you slow down your breath, every few exhales or so, see if you can lean in a little bit more. slowly lift up from that, and we'll switch legs. Sitting up tall, and we'll lean in. And as you do yoga, it's always good to observe differences in each side of your body. So usually one side will be a little bit stronger, a little bit more flexible, a little easier to balance on. And some differences are quite noticeable, and some are not. So for example, this side, I can get nowhere near as far as I can with the other side, but I already know I have hip things going on that I am already working on addressing. So for me, this is extremely noticeable. I can't get down much more than this. I have a limitation and restriction right through here. So it's always good to note. Always tuning in with your body and what it's telling you, because it's always talking to you. Okay, and lift that up, place your foot, and reach for the strap. Take the strap behind your body, and you're just going to hold it so that it doesn't have any slack to it. So you can decide how far apart that looks like for you. And open up your feet mat distance apart. We're going to bring it into a forward fold and lift up your arms. I find this more easy to access. Well, it is more easy to access if you open up your grip. So when you're here, decide how open you need to be with your arm grip. Let your chin drop in toward your chest and reach your arms up over. If you need some more space, feel free to open up your legs wider. You can slowly start to lift up, relaxing your hands down to your low back, and then you can release the strap onto the ground. We'll take the hands to the heart, and we'll rotate to the side. Pause wherever your end range is. Release your hands onto your chair, any part that you're reaching, and then add a gentle twist. Just make sure that you're sitting up tall. We'll take a few breaths there. Relax through center. Again, I'll take my hands to my heart. I'll twist in the opposite direction. I'll pause wherever my end range is, and I'll release my hands, grab onto the chair, and add just a little bit more of a twist. And release myself back through center. With an inhale, scoop the arms up. And to exhale, bring it into a forward fold. Now slowly roll it up again, one vertebrae at a time, stacking on top of my tailbone. My chin will come up very last. And as my chin comes up, I'll sweep my arms up with one final great big inhale. Well, hopefully it's not your final one. And exhale your hands to your heart. Okay, great job everybody. Now would be a great time to do a Shavasana, which I will not walk you through, mostly because I have no idea how music works with YouTube. I haven't figured it out yet. And I can't play you my favorite Shavasana song, so I will leave that up to you. A good 10 minutes is a great amount of time. Normally when I teach, we do 8 minutes. So, thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun.